Apple rumors and shenanigans abound everywhere about a possible event coming up very soon.
And does a resizable bar actually affect performance for the RTX 30 series of graphics cards?
All of that and more on the Tech Summer Podcast, episode 42.
I am Francisco.
I'm Chris, back from the dead.
Indeed. Welcome. Because now you're seeing us from this angle. If you're watching us on YouTube, which, by the way, does remind me, if you are watching us on YouTube, the social media is going to be right down here.
And of course, if you are listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts, all of the information will be in the respective descriptions.
That's right. So now, tell us about these Apple shenanigans.
Of course, but first, I actually want to return to a small little well that we've done a couple of times now. Just very briefly, the sock scoop.
I can't believe there's an update.
Small update. We're going to make this one quick.
Okay.
All right. Gamestop has been going down the toilet a little bit. It is currently at $138.
I see.
So far, as of right now, you have totally sold at the right time.
I think so,
but
too.
the thing that's more interesting than that, because that's just, it's not really moving anywhere but kind of down a little bit. The more interesting thing that I kind of wanted to note a little bit is that it seems that GameStop is, in fact, looking for a new CEO.
That makes sense, considering everything that happened not too long ago with them supposedly kicking out like Reggie Fils-Aimé from the board of directors and things like that, among other people.
It looks like there's going to be a major restructuring, and that could affect the stock price in either direction.
Yeah.
You know, it's possible that when they get a new CEO, it could actually start spiking up a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to go as far as the Wall Street Bets death cult and say that it's undervalued and it's going to moon. I don't know about that anymore, but nevertheless, it is possible that we do see some significant changes in the stock going forward because of this. And of course, that's also, you know, an interesting thing when it comes to GameStop as a whole, because, you know, GameStop has had a lot of troubles in recent years, and it's entirely possible that shifting towards the new directions that they seem to be going in that started this whole craze to begin with, plus a new CEO could actually spell some positive things for the company going forward. Hopefully they treat their employees better, you know?
Well, hopefully so, that among other things.
Yes, among many other things. I want my money. I want my money.
Of course.
Yeah.
And you haven't sold yet, have you?
No, I'm still holding on. Right now, my total profit is $97 compared to when it was at $350, where it was about $2,000.
Oh, my goodness.
So I diamond-handed myself into trouble again.
Wow. Okay, so what stone is harder than diamond? Is there one? What material is harder than diamond, period?
Someone in the comments will probably say something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
okay.
I don't know.
Because at this point, I'm pretty sure that you've gone far beyond just diamond handing.
No. I'm still diamond handing. Because, again, going back to the death cult, you have people there that are not just diamond handing because they never sold to begin with. Remember, I did sell at one point. They never sold, and they look at this stuff going on right now, and they're just like, ooh, love that tasty dip, and then they buy more. That's what it is. They buy more. They're like, I actually saw a comment last night where you had someone saying, I want it to go below $50 because I have $15,000 lying around that I want to buy GameStop with. And it's like,
imagine losing that money after the fact.
They're total. Oh man, yeah. I'm getting concerned. I'm getting concerned and I'm getting annoyed.
Totally understandable.
I do not even pay attention to them anymore. It's just, it just feels like. It feels sketchy. It feels almost like a pyramid scheme, like some sort of conspiracy cult at this point. It's just like, oh. But yeah, not a whole lot of movement on the stock itself besides going down. But GameStop is looking for a new CEO. So let's see what happens for the company and for the stock.
Indeed.
And that's going to conclude the Stock Scoop.
Apple shenanigans, hit me.
Apple shenanigans. Okay, so we're going to be citing a couple of sources on this one. We're going to start off with just sourcing Mac Rumors and Tech Radar. Thank you, guys. The supposed thing is that if you're in America, apparently this doesn't work in Europe and other regions, but if you're in America or English language Siri, American Siri is what I'm getting at.
No, yeah, because they do have a version of Siri that has a British accent
and Australian.
And Australian.
I liked using the Australian one.
Yeah, the Australian one is nice.
But anyway, yes. So American Siri, apparently, if you ask her when is the next Apple event, she kind of drops the suggestion that it's actually April 20th.
Such an exact
April
date.
20th. Yes, she says specifically the special event is on Tuesday, April 20th at Apple Park in Cupertino, California. You can get all the details at apple.com.
Let's see if that turns out to be true. Now, like, if they end up changing the date just because of that, that would be kind of hilarious.
April 21st. You got to wait an extra day now.
Yeah. It's like, you guys trusted our own AI? What's wrong with you?
Oh, it does say that it appears as though the answer may be only showing for certain users and regions. Yeah, the American one.
Mm.
And Apple also may have spotted their mistake and changed their response since the initial report. So it's possible that they did accidentally get busted with this and are just like, no.
I wonder. And like the Siri say F off now. Just wait till it gets here.
She'll just say, you can look for more information on apple.com. There is no information.
Yeah, not yet anyway. But yeah, so like, do we know what kind of event it's going to be? Like, is it going to be a developer's keynote or?
They do not say anything about what kind of event it may be.
So it's just like when you ask her, when's the next Apple event?
It just says, when's the next Apple event? We don't know if it could be a developer event, if it could be an actual product announcement. We don't know.
Got it.
Twitter leaker John Prosser also did say last month that they were going to have a new event. Wait, hold on.
What's going on?
He originally said it was going to be in March before updating the prediction to April. He moved the he's like, no, wait.
Wait. I was joking last time.
Now this one I'm going to actually just say verbatim. So once again, citing my sources, this article was written at Tech Radar by John McCann. Thank you, John McCann. Just cite my sources there.
Thank you on my behalf as well.
However, April 20th isn't the only Apple launch rumor, with @Leaks Apple Pro, who has a questionable record of leaks versus processor, suggesting that Apple may in fact opt for a low-key press release launch of the new iPad Pro and Magic Keyboard today, April 13th. Today as in like recording day, April 13th.
Today is April 13th. Holy.
So yesterday, if you are listening to this, while also claiming that the Apple AirTags have been delayed.
AirTags?
Yes.
What's an AirTag?
1 second.
Oh, I guess we're both stuck on that one. Honestly, I've never heard of this Apple AirTag. Is it going to be like some kind of like price tagging technology?
Tile rivaling tracker.
So
So you attach it to whatever you want, and then like it'll constantly track it, and then you know where your backpack is. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, but wait, it only works with iPhone, right?
Probably. Yeah, it uses iOS network.
I see. I figured.
But in any case, yes, there is that rumor from, again, Leaks Apple Pro, who, let's remind us, questionable record of leaks, suggesting that Apple may, in fact, do a low-key launch or announcement of the new iPad Pro and Magic Keyboard today. Or yesterday. Yesterday, April 13th.
Yeah.
So we're doing a little bit of time travel here.
We are.
When this episode releases, I guess we'll know whether or not this was bunk. So
yeah, and who knows? Like maybe we'll put any updates on the pin comment, or maybe we'll just address it on the next podcast episode,
yes.
which is the more likely thing to happen because there will just be a lot more discussion around that.
I feel like also it's just because you're not all that great at doing pinned comments and updates.
We weren't supposed to say that.
I'm gonna put you on blast.
Those are behind the scenes.
I'm gonna put you on blast here.
No, yeah, I am notoriously bad at keeping up with these things. I'm bad at keeping up with the Discord. I'm just like bad at checking up on these things.
Honestly, I think that particular claim of April 13th is complete baloney. I'm going to just assume it is completely false. I do not see Apple dropping an iPad Pro brand new without much fanfare on the day of. They are not Sega. So
you do have a point there, but
so I want to focus a little bit more on the Apple event rumor of April 20th.
Okay.
Which would be next week.
Sure.
So
it's going to be for 420.
So what's your thoughts?
My thoughts?
We're back, boys.
Yes, we are. Man, it's so nostalgic, even though it's only been a couple of weeks. So my thoughts on that is that, well, usually like around this time, if I'm not mistaken, it tends to be a developer's keynote, which usually tends to cover more so like software updates and the changes to Siri, changes that Apple is doing overall, environmental improvements that they're making. Yes, which really just means hurting the planet even more by boxing up chargers separately rather than putting them with the iPhone.
While also charging an extra cost.
Yes.
And of course, there's the shipping cost. If someone decides that they want to that they need the box afterwards,
Mm-hmm.
so that's another shipping. And that's a plane, a truck, whatever it may be. And that's just
Yes, exactly.
horrible thing.
Yeah, I do not believe for a second that that was an environmental thing, but obviously no one cares because, it's Apple. So my thoughts are that I really don't think it's going to be that exciting of an event, and I don't think an iPad is actually going to drop. But if it does, I'd be happy to eat my words. But I also kind of feel like it's a little soon for that.
I could see that, yeah. When exactly was the last iPad Pro released? I know the Air was released around October last year. But...
Yeah, but then like before that, we did have a Pro upgrade that now had 2 cameras, and also had like a very minor spec bump as well. And they introduced the new Magic Keyboard too, which is admittedly pretty nice. It's just too expensive. I think that was sometime in the summer or like late spring.
Mm-hmm.
So like I guess it's almost been a year, but Apple doesn't usually release updates to their iPad Pro yearly. Like it tends to be every 2 years from what I have seen. Now when it comes to other iPads, sure. I mean like we'll see some other in between upgrades, like we'll see another iPad Air or we'll see like another iPad Mini, even though I think they canceled the Mini line.
You think that's so?
I think so.
I was wondering who would be buying an iPad Mini.
Honestly, I probably would get an iPad Mini myself, like just because it's so tiny and it's so comfortable to use.
For me, I feel like an iPad Mini exists, at least from my limited experience inside Apple stores and looking at the line of the iPads. Obviously that my current target is an Air.
Yeah.
But when I saw the iPad Mini, I don't know. I just get the feeling that it would be best suited for like an e-reader of sorts. It seems like the kind of device that someone would get if they want an e-reader, for their Kindle, reading habits or whatnot.
I agree.
Maybe a little bit of TV watching and streaming.
Yeah,
but
I agree. And that's kind of probably what I would get a Mini for too. Like it just seems like something so easy to travel with and carry around, even though my phone is much smaller than an iPad Mini, but still, I don't know. Like there's something endearing about the Mini to me.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't expect too much out of this event. What do you expect?
Honestly, I think I'm leaning towards you. I feel like if anything, it would be like a developers sort of event. I feel like, okay, so as we mentioned in the past, there's those concerns of, I can't tell if that was a fly or something.
I think it was just some kind of random hair around.
Like a dust or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have to remember that we are currently in a massive shortage of components, and it's possible that there are certain tech pieces that were already kind of in the pipeline and being like manufactured beforehand. I do feel like even still a good amount of devices are going to see themselves getting delayed for the next year, possibly even 2 years. I don't think we're going to really normalize until 23, 24.
Ooh, oh man.
Again, I'm putting my cards on the table here. I know this is not exactly related to next week, and it would be more, related to like September events.
Yeah, I get that.
I am going to put my cards on the table here, and I'm probably going to be wrong, and I will admit full stop on the podcast here.
In September,
yes,
if that ends up being the case.
I do fully believe we are not getting an iPhone this year.
I do think that we are.
Okay, so we are in opposition here.
But I think that it's going to be in short supply. Like only reviewers and scalpers are going to get them.
the idea of an iPhone being scalped is just, that is a fly. It is just insanity to me.
Yeah, it is odd because like there have always been iPhones in stock. Like that as far as I'm aware, as far as I can think back, I don't think that there's ever really been like an iPhone shortage.
No.
There has been a shortage on headphones. Recalling again with the AirPods Max.
And even that's because of a post-scalping market, after the GPUs, after the PS5. Like that's a product of the current market as it stands. I don't know if
Yes.
those would have necessarily been scalped beforehand. Because Beats don't get scalped, or at least they weren't getting scalped.
No, at the time I don't think so. However,
And
yeah, like because of short supply, and these immediately selling out basically as soon as they were pre-ordered, it became pretty tough to get your hands on a pair of AirPods Max. And I would go on eBay, they'd be scalped for $800, $900. It was just insane. So like I couldn't really get my hands on a review unit. I probably can nowadays, and I plan to probably for May actually just like going ahead and testing them out. But that's of course assuming that stock is even back. I haven't exactly checked for that, but if something like that happened with AirPods Max, like a $500 pair of headphones that technically there couldn't have really been that much demand for, considering that it's $500 for headphones that pretty much only work effectively with an iPhone or just Apple products in general. I don't really see that big of a market for those. Not nearly as big as there would be for the new iPhone, which in this case would be the iPhone 13, since I think they stopped doing S's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just go straight to the next number.
Yeah. Though in all fairness, they did that did start as of the iPhone 11, because after that we got the 12. We're currently on the 12th generation.
I just realized.
Yeah.
This is also a perfect cover for Apple. Think about it. No iPhone this year, so you don't get your iPhone 13. And then next year, they can just go straight to iPhone 14, so they can avoid all those stupid jokes about unluckiness and
About the bad luck.
yeah, because everyone's gonna be immediately jumping over to try and make jokes about that as if they're clever.
Yeah, they're not.
So Apple can just immediately jump over and just go to 14 next year. No, but real talk, I know you're talking about scalpers and stuff like that, and that is absolutely a thing that's going to happen regardless of whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
But because of the shortage that we're having, I personally do not see us getting the new iPhone this year. I feel like we're going to see either next spring or just next fall entirely. And again, it's a very bold Hail Mary. What are you thinking?
Yeah, let's see
prediction.
what happens regarding that. Because, like, what you're saying, it could happen considering the circumstances and, like, the issues with semiconductors and things like that. Like, these components are definitely not readily available for these companies. But I think that by this point, a lot of them may have already secured, at the very least, some chunk to release a product, even if it's not like in constant supply like we're used to.
Right, but then you can say the same thing about automotive companies. And, then if there's a shortage on this stuff, then you have to pick who gets the components. The tech companies like Apple and Samsung and all that stuff, or the car companies.
I guess it would depend on which one is more
General
profitable.
Motors.
Yeah. Well, oh goodness. Yeah, I guess that it would depend on which one is more profitable. And I'm not sure which one of them would be more profitable. Probably the automotive.
I feel like it would actually be the tech, actually.
You think?
What's the most valuable company in the world right now?
Tech Summit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. There you go.
See, if we had the old bunny, it would have been a damn. And there you go.
Oh no. I'm so glad that thing is gone.
All right, yeah. Tech Summit.
Thank
I
you.
forgot we have that button.
Thank you. Yes, we do still have that.
Yes. Now, is this a shame corner that we're doing?
It is a shame. Well, no, it's not a shame corner. But since it does still have to do with them,
No, I don't want a shame corner if they're not actually doing something shameful yet. You do not listen. When you are parenting a child, you do not get them to improve by constantly berating their mistakes. Sometimes you have to give them a pass for the things that they do right
fair enough.
or competently. So, tell us this
I
news
will.
you are going to have to help me out here. So you're going to have to help me out here, because I don't know any of this stuff. I don't know. So like,
No problem. I'm going to walk you slowly through this as I'm going to be walking myself through it because
Thank you.
I just kind of learned about this last night, so don't worry about it. So essentially, when it comes to video news now, Geforce Rtx, and this is coming from NVIDIA's site directly. This was written by Andrew Burns on March 30th, 2021. So this is actually quite some time ago, but now we're finding out about it. Yeah. Oh man, I shouldn't have said the date. Now it's making us look like schmucks.
Listen, we're not a news channel. We are a podcast.
Yeah, right. Beautiful podcast. Now, Geforce RTX 30 series performance accelerates with resizable bar support. And at first, when I read this headline, I thought that this was just like an aesthetic thing. That like you could get a bar, like an RGB bar that you could probably
like a little
resize.
like a spoiler on a car.
yeah, basically. Like I thought that this was going to be purely aesthetic, but it turns out that I'm actually stupid. So according to this article, it says resizable bar, so capital BAR, utilizes an advanced feature of PCI Express to increase performance in certain games. As of March 30th, 2021, resizable bar is supported for GeForce RTX 30 series graphics cards and laptops. For desktops to take advantage of resizable bar, users need a GeForce RTX 30 series graphics card with a supported VBIOS, or BIOS, depending on who you are, a compatible CPU, compatible motherboard S BIOS or BIOS update, and our newest GeForce Game Ready driver. For GeForce RTX 30 series laptops, please check Don't Care. What is resizable bar? Resizable bar is an optional PCI Express interface technology. As you move through a world in the game, GPU memory VRAM constantly transfers textures, shaders, and geometry via nice.
Do we have sanitizer?
I do have wipes over there, so it looks like we got a mosquito. Sorry.
No, it wasn't a mosquito. It was just a fly.
Tomato, right? Well, no, not really.
They're both nuisances. Continue.
Yes. Using resizable bar, assets can instead be requested as needed and sent in full, so the CPU can efficiently access the entire frame buffer. And if multiple requests are made, transfers can occur concurrently rather than queuing. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that a resizable bar allows for, it's going to allow for the GPU to essentially be able to just take full advantage of its frame buffer. And be able to put that towards more tasks or be able to put more of it towards a specific task. Because it looks like in this case, what they're describing is that usually a graphics card is going to prioritize certain tasks. And it looks like that has to do with the bar size is what I'm thinking here. So then by expanding it, let's say, it allows for the GPU to be able to handle more tasks at the same time rather than prioritizing ones versus others. So it should be able to do more things at once and being able to take advantage of the full frame buffer, which in other words translates to being able to utilize the entire, I guess in the case of the 3090, entire 24 gigs of VRAM. When it comes to the 3080, the entire 10 gigs of VRAM and things of the like. Though it appears that this is optional, like this is something that you can opt into doing, and it appears that it is something that is already included with your 30 series GPU, so you should be able to just do it if you want to. Yes, but it is something that you would unlock in the BIOS or BIOS, depending on who you are.
Okay, so it's not a physical bar.
No.
Because like you said, I was thinking is you attach the bar and now you get more power.
Yeah, I really thought at first that it was just an aesthetic thing,
because you're saying aesthetic, but I was thinking, okay, so it's not aesthetic; it's an actual bar that increases power, like a car spoiler. Again, you put it on, and it's like, oh, extra speed.
But no, not in this case. It's just more like unlocking the full potential of the car that you already have to let it go faster.
Why not do that to begin with?
Well, that's just NVIDIA for you. We did use the shame corner. There we go. But, I mean, I don't know personally how much this is going to do in the way of performance. However, it seems like there is potential with this. I think it's just going to be a matter of testing, like while having this feature unlocked and having it locked, like just to see what the differences are and like different benchmarks and different games and things like that. And that seems like the priority for this appears to be in gaming versus productivity.
I was wondering about that. Yeah. Do you think something like this would actually apply to things like, say, 3D rendering? Do I have a use for this?
That I would say remains to be seen.
Suppose.
Because the example that they give here is really for gaming. Like for instance, there are certain aspects of a game world that load at different times. Like some things are going to take priority over others, and it looks like in this case, the graphics card could be unlocked so that it can load more things at the same time and just be more efficient as a result. And so like essentially also so that I can work better with the CPU also from what I'm reading here. Yeah. And I think that that's pretty interesting. I just think it's kind of funny that they called it a resizable bar.
Yeah, that feels very... Wait, hold on a second. When did you say it was posted?
This was posted all the way in March 30th.
What time?
There isn't a time on this. Why?
Do you think it's possible that you're getting April fooled?
No. No way. Because this is still a topic of conversation today.
Are you sure?
Definitely. It was just brought up to me last night on the live stream. So I know for a fact that this is the case. And
are you sure? Are you sure your stream isn't just pranking you?
They can't be. I trust them too much.
Guys.
Or do I?
Bloody Fedora. are you
shout out to you.
Are you punking us?
No. The news did not come from him. It came from multiple people who brought it up on several live streams in the past.
They have a secret Discord chat without you in it, thinking, "All right, let's prank Francisco."
Yeah, it's like in my Discord, but like it's a private chat that I can't access somehow.
Sure.
I mean, let's just see, but
because it almost kind of sounds like akin to like, let's download more RAM. You know what I mean? It's like
I guess I see your point there, yeah. But I don't think so. I mean, like this is on NVIDIA's site. This was posted March has 31 days, right? Or 30.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah.
No, okay.
Right. You're right. Okay, my bad. I forgot the concept of March.
You doubted my viewers. How dare you, you monster.
I apologize to the Twitch viewers. I'm sure they're going to complain to you.
And YouTube viewers as well. They deserve a full-on apology for that. I'm expecting an apology video by tomorrow.
Guys, I was in a really bad place. We need to talk. And, I just... I'm having a really rough time now. And,
it wasn't really my fault.
I was in a dark place. All I wanted, my dream, was to get 1 million subscribers on my second channel.
I was just desperate. I hope everybody gets that reference. But now, with that said, those are pretty much all of the news that we had for this episode of the Tech Summit podcast. Sure, we were maybe just a little bit light on topics this time around. However,
I mean, there's some pretty interesting topics. You know, it's entirely possible that Apple does drop something new, and you know, this obviously when that happens, we are in fact going to talk about it on here.
Yes, for sure. Like, let's say that we do end up seeing some new hardware. You can definitely expect to hear about that over here.
They come out with something even bigger than an iPad.
Yes, perhaps.
An iMac.
An iMac? I mean, don't say that. Like, it'll just end up being like a giant tablet that's just meant to lay on your desk. But if
they ever announce an iMat and it covers up a good chunk of the floor, I'm gonna the wallpaper is gonna be like those old school mats with like the bus route and everything. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do know. And like you just it just has like the same animation on loop. It's just like one car
it's
going
either that or like the subway floor with like the triangles and the circles and dots. You know.
Oh Jesus.
Like the bus stops.
Okay, well let's not give them too many ideas.
But in any case, if you guys are watching on YouTube, we do have all of that social media information at the bottom of this video.
And if you're listening, do make sure to check out the description of either of the respective apps like Anchor, Spotify, etc.
And of course, remember, we have Patreon now, or Francisco has Patreon now. Go check out over there for bonus episodes.
We do, bonus episodes and monthly giveaways. This has been Francisco.
And Chris.
Until next time.
Good night. Travel well.
Pledge to the Patreon.